Okay, welcome back. Stu and I are here at the North Wall. We transitioned to all the bells and whistles, and you know what that means. We got some lineups coming. It's impossible to predict what Greg Berhalter is going to do, but we're going to give what we would like to see when it comes to this national team this summer in terms of starting 11. I'm going to start off down here because I know you got some interesting things up your sleeve. Matt Turner in goal. He has not progressed or evolved in the way that I would have liked or that a lot of people thought, but he is still the incumbent. I am still confident that even with his club situation and the problems he's had there, that this is a guy that is going to make the saves and be able to play out of the back. And there might be others that come up and challenge him, but until then, I'm good to go with Matt Turner. When it comes to the defense here, I'm going to go with a back four. Here we go.
Whoa,
Robinson. Yeah. All right, so this is a little bit. And I will admit to you that some of these decisions are just trying to get as many good players on the field as I possibly can. And that can be dangerous as opposed to having that best 11. I'm putting just good players and hoping that they figure it out. And I'm going against what I believe, but I'm still going to do it. All right. Jedi, maybe our most consistent player here. And sometimes we take him for granted in terms of what he's done
excellent.
Up the left-hand side. Richards and Carter Vickers. And I know there's a part of me that is kind of looking to 2026 and maybe using 2024 to get these guys the reps if they are truly going to be the future. Or maybe we find out that it's just not going to work.
You've still got Ream, Austin Trusty, Mark McKenzie,
Miles,
Miles Robinson.
Okay, and over here, this is the interesting one here. Tim Weah. I am putting him here as a right back. We have seen this happen. He can certainly do the job. And as I get up here to the rest of my lineup, you'll see kind of why I am going to do that. But this is an example of me trying to get all the good players on the field. Because let's be honest, there were times over the last couple of years where Tim Weah was the most consistent attacking player, the guy that took players on and the guy that was the most successful.
I'll remind you, I was laughed out of the room a year ago for suggesting that. So
things change,
welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
All right.
It's good to have you here.
All right, here we go to the midfield here. And this is the three that we have seen now for multiple years. They have literally grown up together and grown up on this field. I know that Musa has not had a good year, and there are some concerns that he has, hit that ceiling. I'm still good with him.
I think you see them interchanging.
Yeah,
you see
it's by
Adams
committee.
as a six.
It's by committee. Okay. There's no real attacking type of midfielder as opposed to a defender midfielder. I think they got it locked down when it comes to defending. We know that Weston McKennie has a bag of tricks. Sometimes they're not the most pretty, but at times they can be incredibly effective. And Tyler Adams, I know he's got injuries, but I'm going with these players in the midfield. I think it's the strongest three that we have. And there are certainly options if one of these players either isn't playing well and you have to make a change, or from the start you think, you know what, there's somebody else better, you need somebody more attacking. But I'm good with these three and continuing on with these three. I'm not ready to give up on that trio yet. And then up top, here we go, Christian Pulisic on the left-hand side. I don't think anybody's going to disagree when it comes to that. I think that's his best place on the field. Over there. All right, so again, I'm trying to get all the players.
Okay.
He's on that right-hand side in name only. He does have carte blanche. He can go kind of wherever he wants. And because I have Tim Weah, who we know has been patrolling that right-hand side for so long, I'm selling it to Tim Weah as, you know what, Tim? You're not being demoted, all right? Yes, it's a change of position, but you still got that whole right side. Because guess what?
So you could kind of see the Christmas tree, the 4-3, maybe Pulisic and Reina kind of underneath the striker.
Exactly.
So 4-3-2-1.
And then I'm making a change up top. It's no longer Flo Balogun. I know he's the incumbent, but I think that what Josh Sargent has done, I was really disappointed we couldn't see him earlier this year because he was injured. I think you give him a tournament. Yes, I am maybe being blinded by the goals and his beautiful red head, but I'm going to go with my mutant gene friend up there as the striker.
I see a couple of things here. I think the balance on the right side of your team, you're going to get absolutely crushed because McKennie and Richards are going to be doing doggies up and down that right-hand side, covering for Gio not defending, and then Tim Weah getting caught all the way up the field. So I see a little bit of unbalance there. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Buttercup.
What I do like is the continuity, though, for you from the 2022 World Cup, because these are a lot of the guys that actually started. It's the same midfield, couple of the same defenders. Weah was playing that right wing position. Gio Reyna did not play a lot. And then you've got Turner in the goal. And Sargent had a good tournament until he picked up that ankle injury.
All right, Stu, dazzle us.
I'm gonna mix it up for you here, Lalas. So I'm gonna go with Matt Turner in the goal. I'm with you. I think he's still the starter. Patrick Schulte, I think, is gonna start at the Olympics for the U.S. in Paris. And I think if he was not in that tournament, I would think he would be breathing down the neck of Matt Turner. He might be by 2026. In fact, I hope he is, because that means we've got more competition.
He could start in the Olympics.
He could, he should start in the Olympics. Here we go. Boom, defense.
Okay.
Back three.
Ooh.
I'm mixing it up here.
Oh,
and
no, you didn't.
You're going to see why once I get further up. So I've got Tim Ream as a left center back, Carter Vickers through the middle, Chris Richards on the right. He's had a good season. I just still think we need, A, the passing ability of Tim Ream in the back, B, his experience and leadership, and I think that makes a huge difference. Why? Okay, this is why. Because the midfield here, which is, you're going to see a bit of an extension. So Tim Weah I have as a right wing back. He's going to sometimes be back defending, and it's going to look like a 5. You're going to have Anthony back on that left-hand side, McKennie and Adams in front of them, really securing that back line in order to get this front line on the field, which I think is Gio Reyna and more of that free role as a number 10. Okay. So he's going to work in tandem with the midfielders, also with the strikers. He's the last pass guy. I think we saw the U.S. attack look the best they have looked when he's in that position. Now, this is on Gio as well. If he's going to be that guy, he's got to be the guy at a high level. He's got to be fit. He's got to be healthy. He's got to be bought in. We're seeing that with him in the national team. Not a great club season. I think only 500 or 600 minutes total. This could be his opportunity with the national team. And then up front, I've got Christian Pulisic as a 10 only, as a 9 only in name, because like Gio, I think you're going to see Pulisic kind of naturally gravitate to the left. You're going to see him underneath. You're going to see he and Balogun combining, him and Gio Reyna combining as well. And that, I think, is giving us the best opportunity. When I look at this team in totality, a couple of things. You see a back 3, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that could be a back 5. We're going to be defending. Look, you could also build out of a 4 when Tim Weah comes up on the right-hand side. You bring back Anthony Robinson on the left. You defend with 4. You have McKennie and Adams in the middle. And then you're having some flexibility and giving different looks at teams. But ultimately, against a team like Panama, against a team like Bolivia, I expect the U.S. to have a lot of the ball. I expect them to be aggressive. I think you're going to see the 3 center backs really splitting. And then we're going to be attacking with all of these players right here. I see power. I see strength. I see Reyna, McKennie, and Adams in the middle. I like it. I feel the more I look at this, Lex, I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting excited. If Greg rolls this out, we're winning the Copa and we're winning the World Cup. Okay, maybe not that far, but
you know what
I feel
see?
good.
You know what I see, Stuart? I see a ballsy romantic play front by you here. Look at this. All right, if, and this is a big if, because we've all been there when coaches have said, yeah, we're playing a back 3, and it's really a back 5, all right? They just don't want to say it, because what's the first thing that a player and your team thinks about when you say back 5? Oh, we're going to park in the bus and we're going to defend. So if this is a true back 3, which means those guys back there, including old man Ream, they better get on their horse, and they got more space to cover, and they're going to be put at risk at different times.
But you know what,
they got to figure it out. But if that's true, Stu, I'm all for it, because it says, hey, world, we are coming, and we're coming in attack.
But what are the games we want to win, right? We want to win against Brazil. We want to win against Colombia, against Argentina. The reality is at times we're going to be in a 5, and it's okay to be in a 5. You're not conceding. You're not surrendering. Yeah. You're going to have moments like that in waves of the game. We're not going to dominate for 90 minutes against these teams, and I think these guys can do that. We cannot concede goals, and then I think this gives us the best mix to actually finally create a lot of chances in front of goal.
All right,
let's see what Greg does. I don't think he's going to do any of this.
We will see what Greg Berhalter does. This is what Stu wants to do. This is what I want to do. I mean, if you agree with me and the brilliance that was my 11, that's cool, all right? If you're just sitting at home laughing at the ridiculousness that was Stu's 11, that's cool too. But let us know. Let us know what you think. What do you think as the 11 should be? Any changes to these lineups and anything that you want to see this summer and going forward. You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day, and see you soon.